I've stated on the YouTube channel in the past that the upcoming Fable title looks to be one, guys, that could be something really special. Coming out on, of course, guys, the Xbox, and as a, exclusive to the Xbox, I've stated in the past that this is a title that, and a franchise that was definitely one that I kind of put up there with like Gears of War and Halo when we talk about the console or the exclusives for Xbox. Fable is certainly one of those, and it's kind of been on an indefinite hiatus for a period of time. Now with the reboot officially confirmed, I wanted to talk about everything that we want in Fable and this Fable reboot, whether it's called Fable 4 or just called Fable, whatever they decide to call it. I wanted to go over everything that we want. And as I said, guys, once again, when I say we, I'm going to be giving you guys my thoughts and opinions here. Some of you may agree, some of you may disagree. Let me know in the comment section down below, though, what you guys want to see in the Fable reboot. So let's get into it. So guys, for me, I obviously want there to be, similarities, but also differences from, the trilogy that we got to now. I want there to be like those similarities, like the silliness that is Fable, a lot of the decision making, just there's a number of different things that make Fable what it is. And I want those things to kind of stay, but I also want there to be some differences. And, there's been a vast amount of speculation and talk about this upcoming Fable game and what it's going to include, what it's not going to include. But I'll tell you, one of the biggest things, and I say this all the time, is having a full package is a very important deal when it comes to these titles, especially when we're talking, Fable's finally coming back. This needs to be knocked out of the park, in my personal opinion, by Playground Games. And so when I say full package, I mean a full campaign, which is obviously what we're probably going to begin. That's going to be the focal point, but also having co-op and, of course, multiplayer experiences. And I think having all three of those things makes this a very intriguing package, a way in which it brings a lot of people back to the Fable franchise. And then after it brings people back, it's going to keep people there, or at least a lot of people there, if there's more things to do outside the campaign. When we look at campaign modes, guys, a lot of times, the campaign itself, you'll play it, and after you beat the game, you might move on to other games. But if there's other ways to connect with the title, that being co-op and multiplayer modes, you're going to keep coming back over and over again to playing the title. And that's really important in my personal opinion. So that's a huge part. One of the most important things to me is having a full package here with this Fable reboot. But I also, like I said, I want to see similarities. I want there to be, some similar or, familiar characters, familiar enemies, familiar locations and environments. But I also want there to be those differences, guys. And I think we can probably agree that it looks like there's going to be some differences from the original trilogy to this game, just by the scenery, from a graphics perspective. Who knows? It's hard to tell just from a very quick trailer that they gave us, that reveal trailer that just showed us, very quick snippets of this Fable universe. But I definitely want there to be new enemies, new locations, new characters, new environments that we're able to explore upon. I want this to be the biggest Fable game ever made. And I want it to be something where we're able to explore and just dive into this thing and be able to explore so many different aspects of it, so that it really builds upon the legacy, the lore that was started. And now it's like a new vision, a new, kind of a new direction for the Fable franchise moving forward. The next thing for me, though, guys, is I want this game to set up the next generation of Fable games. Whether we get another trilogy or this is just a game that's going to be here for the next 10 years of Fable and they're consistently updating it and servicing it and such, that being Playground Games. Regardless, I just want this game to set up whatever's to come next, because I don't want Fable to come out and then, it ends up, kind of not necessarily getting stale, but just over time, we don't ever really see, continuations of the franchise moving forward. I want this to be something that if it's not going to be serviced for the next 10 years, I want this to at least be here and kind of set up what is to come in the Fable universe. Because like I said, this is a staple in gaming, and this is certainly one of the biggest staples for Xbox, in my personal opinion. It's a huge game that's going to, kind of really help Xbox with their console exclusives and kind of giving people more reasons to buy the Xbox. And so with that, guys, the next thing for me is, having free-to-play elements to Fable, this Fable reboot, I think is going to be really important. And when I say that, Obviously, this is going to be available on Xbox Game Pass. This will be a title that you'll be able to, if you have Xbox Game Pass, you just get to play it for free. But, for those people that don't have Xbox Game Pass or kind of want to dip their toes in the water, so to speak, I feel that it's important that maybe the multiplayer modes are free to play. Maybe some of the co-op modes are free to play. The co-op missions and such are free. And I think that those things really help kind of, bring people in so they at least try the game out. And then if they really enjoy it, they might get the whole game, the full version, play the campaign and such. That's why, you look at all these big AAA titles out there that have free-to-play elements, like, Call of Duty Warzone is free. You've got, Valorant to Fortnite to all these different, BR titles, but even games that are, just going to be having, free multiplayer, like Halo Infinite having free multiplayer. Those are ways in which, guys, where there's it brings people in. They at least try the game out. If they enjoy it, they'll stay playing it. If they don't enjoy it, then they'll move on to something else. To me, though, guys, it's very important that Fable has some way, shape, or form that there are free-to-play elements to this title. And at the end of the day, I think that could really help it grow in a major way over the next couple of years. But with that, guys, those are the things that I want to see in the Fable reboot. Fable 4, Fable, whatever it's going to be called, guys. I got to say, I'm really excited about it. I'm just glad that Fable is making a return to Xbox as an Xbox exclusive, and I think it's going to be a huge title for them. It could really reclaim its, former glory, so to speak. I'm excited about it, and I would love to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the Fable reboot? What are you most excited about? What are you skeptical about? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's have a real conversation about it. And for more Fable content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.